noticed that when I was logging on the last time, that some of the videos were not working, and now all of a sudden some of the videos are working pretty fine on the computer and exhibiting where the CPU spike goes up, where you can see the 1080p utilizing the function without the skip. On like a desktop, I mean, because if you do it on a mobile, it works perfectly fine, and like you can see 1080p 60 frames. Now that just might be that cell phone technology is a little bit more up to par, maybe a desktop's out of date. It could mean a lot of things, and like the beautiful background of like a Pro shift up. It could be the 4.06 update that Sony gave us, which I'm going to be switching to an HDD right after this because I have my SSD right now inside of my PlayStation 4 Pro in order to test this, and I installed everything, so it should be like really like lightning fast when I shift over because it's not that hard actually to swap out the hard drive. But like I've noticed that also when I look back in my streams that like you were looking at like Rise of the Tomb Raider, for instance, and that showed that we have a really, really beautiful rate of fucking success while like streaming the 1080p 60 frames a second for as far as the quality that you can get in broadcast as well as like playback. And like looking at the update after, which was like the 17th of this month, and for, I guess future viewers, November 17th, just to define a date in 2016, really define a date. But anyways, the point being is that, like, you had this shift over where Rise of the Tomb Raider all of a sudden failed. And looking back, it didn't even, like, spike up where it needed to. Firewatch kind of works, but I've also had it fail kind of where it made me think it was the inconsistency of YouTube, which is very possible. I mean, who knows? Maybe it's a combination of PlayStation and YouTube updating, at the same time, not understanding that like these new, things are not going to work with each other, which makes sense. I mean, they're going to make things that are going to be patchworks that later on also could be that like freaking you're looking at like the leading point of a, like a SATA 3 not being compatible with certain things as being like the portion of who would have thought streaming would have been affected as the glitch rate goes. And as they patchwork it, they don't understand it until they get it until later on down the road. So, a lot of these things are really just trying to figure out as we go along. Even though when you like go into like the actual like broadcast setting, it says the gameplay may be paused, and I never really had anything wrong with that. And like the internet tested here is like really well. I mean, I gotta see the upload rates like through the roof as well as the freaking like download rate. So it's like that issue. Being direct connected is like obviously the smartest way to go about trying to do these things, but it's trying to bring a nice quality stream to people and be able to, you know, have those situations where people can like, enjoy the stream and not have it glitch. And I'm even when I'm looking at it, sometimes it just like messes up. So it's like I'm wondering what's up with that. It's really weird. It works on mobile though, because it makes me think it's a YouTube thing. Because it's like on their YouTube mobile, it's fine. You know what I mean? But on anything else, it's like eh. So it's like I don't know. I can also test it out by utilizing the app right now. So which is kind of cool because I've almost been on here maybe a few minutes. It should have been already uploaded. Let's see here. I'll keep letting the background run and let that digest as I look and bring up the app. Once I bring up the app, I should be able to like mute the microphone really quick and just hear like the gameplay and see the gameplay like run back. It shouldn't be too far, so we'll see what happens. Because it shouldn't take more than like probably I want to say roughly 7 minutes or so. That's like really the test I wanted to run. Something short, something sweet. Nothing too crazy where it's like there's a lot of downtime. I'm just trying to like swap, keep going, see what works, cross one off the list, not go too like freaking like intense. We're wondering, okay, so now I see. Again, I'm gonna be able to basically pause this for a second really quick. Okay, so as I can see my past self viewing my future self, the fact is that it does work. Looking at like the playback, so you can see myself thumbs upping myself, so it's kind of crazy. That's like some kind of crazy time loop with footage, but obviously, no. You can hear me coming in, and it's streaming fine. Like, that's really amazing to me, really quick, straight off the bat, because like I'm not getting any inconsistencies right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at the computer upstairs and see the stream back and see what that's all about. Because this could be a success rate and a pass and see what's going on. So I'm gonna go upstairs really quick and see if I can get that, and I can actually like loop in. Because mobile, it passed. Like, even though it blends in, the blue becomes the background. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so what I can tell from this is kind of interesting because I can actually physically see that on the PC it freezes like hella, actually. Um, and you bump it down to 720p and it works perfectly fine. Now on mobile, it performs through the fucking roof. Now, I'm wondering if that might be something that's like only because of the situation that we're getting into with the computer not being able to perform. And looking at my task manager as I pop it up, I speak really quick. It shouldn't be too hard to quickly look at that really quick. It runs in the background, and it's popping off anything. So it's not as like performing what it utilizes too. So I think this might be a YouTube issue for as far as like what I can see real fast because the inconsistency. Now I'm still gonna run the HDD just indefinitely, not worrying about it because like my CPU is not peaking at all, and like and I mean you can notice it in the runs. Because right now I'm having the time lag. It should be like pretty much like next 15 seconds if I don't like kill myself, and I should be like running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's my oh shit, and shooting apparently, and shooting. Okay, just seeing it one more time as I look at the task manager. That's where I'm running right there. I haven't slightly bigger delay on the 1080p when you look at it on the physical point of the mobile app, but it comes out perfect. But it doesn't come out perfect when it comes into like the actual physical point popping into the 1080p. Because if you select 1080p directly off the get-go, you're going to see something like when I run back and forth, you're going to see a glitch. It's going to be very slow for the PC performance, and it doesn't spike at task management at all like it normally should be, like at the very like top peak of like what's going on. So I don't understand what's going on with
Where
that.
is your face cam?
I'm testing. If you read right now, and if you're listening, you would understand. But what I'm getting at in this during this test is right now I'm trying to test the differences of what the 1080p 60 frames a second is failing at, and like right now it kind of seems like it is through the PC format that it is. It's like right now I have it like streaming at the 1080p 60 frames, like so it can match. In mobile, it looks beautiful. Like I can run back and forth. There's a tiny bit more of a delay, like maybe like a second more, like as it comes into probably like right about now-ish, as like the character starts to run. And you'll see that like he'll start
Oh,
running probably
okay.
right about now. I'm assuming, hopefully, pretty soon, because I was like moving the controller back and forth. And the controller's plugged in. It should. There he goes. Now on the mobile, it's working fine. And, like he's like running back and forth, hella like easy. You can see there's a glitch. You see how it's like really slow. But if you go to your HD setting and you go to 720p, just knock it down like a frame rate or two, and you'll see that like now that if I do the running test again, he'll do the same thing, but it'll come out very clear. Everything's smooth. You can hear everything. And I'm wondering why that is, because like right now it isn't like really a lot of like a lot of clarity, because like it seems 4.06 came Tomb Raider failed, like in some of the graphical tests, but at the same time, you looking at like, what I got into with this game, you know, it's like there are some in the very beginning that pass, so it makes me wonder if it's a coalition of both of them. So right now I'm just trying to test it out, and I was gonna probably log off in just a split second to put in the HDD drive in order to test that and see what's going on with it. So. So. Okay, so this is going to end test one.